Welcome back to Low End University. We just wrapped up a mini saga of episodes with Lil Joe Raposo right here in the studio and his co-founder over at Bomber Bases, Tanner Leeser. And if you missed the interview we did all together about Bomber Bases and beyond, make sure to go check that out. I've linked it in the description below. While I didn't get to do a joint episode with Tanner, who is a bass player, I promised him I would take his request to hear All's song Scary Sad. He said Karl Alvarez's playing is absolutely nuts on this track, but that I also should hear something from the Scott Reynolds era of the band. So far, I've only heard songs from the Chad Price era. And then I know I also need to hear songs from the Dave Smalley era. So who's your favorite all vocalist? Let me know. I'll get to all of them eventually, no pun intended. Without further ado, let's check out Scary Sad. Ooh. So punchy.
On my mind, but there's no shake. Scary sad days out of my mind. Always on time, but there's no time to bring the scary sad girl back to life. None in the hood, some of the things she did seemed almost nice. I can't stop the blush when things aren't right, and I'm too scary.
Wow, this might be one of the more nimble, punchy tones I've heard. It's so recognizable now. The more Descendents and all I hear. I just did a watch party on Patreon a month or two ago watching the Filmage documentary. I got to learn a lot more about the band. I think a couple of people have asked me what I thought of it. Of course, it was an awesome story. It was a tearjerker at the end. All of the, it was great. What I didn't realize was that All was like a real band that was trying to succeed and make it. Like it always was kind of presented to me like this side project, like a means to an end, just waiting for Milo to come back and such. But no, it was like its own thing. They were really trying to take off and not leave Descendents in the dust. But I thought it was just afterthought. It was a real band with multiple vocalists. I got to hear a small sample of them all in the documentary. They were all very different, but just kind of learning a bit more about Karl's songwriting approach and how he contributed some really wacky sounds and songwriting styles to the band. This certainly falls in line with that. What we have here is like a really punchy, nimble, bouncy take on his tone that sounds like him, but it's so staccato. I really have not gotten to zoom in and watch him play. Like, I just haven't looked anything up. I'm trying not to. I just want to hear the music. All that to say, I want to go back and start this one over. I like the melodic guitar part at the beginning. It kind of had this. Actually, got to turn the thing on. So a really nice melodic guitar part, and the way he came in and kind of flipped it all on its head is what I would expect him to do, but I never know what to expect him to do. That's just kind of my fascination with him. There we go. Okay, root notes here. Big arpeggio down, just cascading the whole fretboard here. The guitar part gets weird too. It's not like it stayed simple like the intro.
On my mind, but
Okay.
there's no shake. Scary sad days out of my mind. Always on time, but there's no time to bring the scary.
That could have been a section the bass kind of dropped out. No, he's still bouncing around. It almost has it serves the song in a way a walking bass line does, but it's not at all that. It's a nimbler, staccato, higher energy version of it.
Days out of my mind. Always on time, but there's no time to bring the scary sad girl back to life. None in the hood, some of the things she did seemed almost nice. I can't stop the blush when things aren't right, and I'm too scary sad to cry. Feeling so strong, that she's standing so long. All those scary sad things, those scary sad things.
I hear him jump up and catch the C major thing. And I'm trying to actually ignore the bass part. I know, blasphemous for a bass analysis channel, but I'm trying to understand. I have to like take a few steps back to see what the guitar part's doing. And it's very tough to tune him out because the bass is very loud, it's very upfront, it's very forward. And it's really kind of subverting what you would expect a bass player to do in a case like this. I think we're kind of going from G. So, then we go to like a D. And then we go to the sort of like, it almost sounds like a C major 7 that slowly becomes a E minor, but it's all blended in. We kind of have like a C, G, E, B, which is E minor and C, and the guitar part's not outlining it super clearly there. But the progression under it for a minute, if I were to kind of play along with just that, kind of has this, but it's all running together. Now, what he's doing on top of it is not that. For a second, this is where it changes. Maybe that. But even before this, there's a couple chords the guitar's playing where Karl's not playing the root note. He's like playing like the fifth under it. It's kind of inverting it. It's strange. One of the most unique approaches to notes and harmony in terms of like a bass player. By far. I can't catch it. Even that's a whole line under there. This really kind of melodic, but it's so bouncy. It just feels more percussive. And I'll never understand how he gets the notes to sound so staccato. You don't hear any of that fret noise. I'll try to dial in a tone in a second. Every time she slit her wrist, I wish she'd hit instead of miss. Every secret family crime, all my love waits a time. Every doctor, every shrink, every bloody backward sink. A lot of chromaticism there. Okay, tone-wise, I am, during the recording of this video, I am soon to record a cover of Honey Peeps. I've been wanting to learn that song. I've got it worked up, just haven't gotten around to like filming the thing. I want to do more covers on the channel. I've been meaning to work those in for a long time now. And I'm going to use the Stingray for that one because it does not sound like a P or a jazz bass on that song. And I know he uses like a Frankenstein P bass. I've tried to do some research. I could not find what bass he used on the Mass Nerder album, Honey Peeps, which is the one song I know from it. But I did find a picture from that era someone on Patreon found of him playing like a double humbucker, looked like a pre-Ernie Ball Music Man or something. Nonetheless, I'm never sure what bass he's using because his tone kind of has like the P bass sound, but the high end is so different. That's what I would love to know more about. So if I'm just going to try to dial this in really quickly, 30 seconds, I'm going to take out some highs. It does not have a clicky sound to it. It definitely has some low mids, but it really doesn't have a lot of bass in it. Like it's warm, but it's not like boomy. Otherwise, it would lose that quickness, that nimbleness. It would be too slow, right? It needs that kind of nimble character. So I'm going to try this. I might even pull back some high mids. And definitely no drive chain. I'm going to take the jazz pickup off. Yeah, it kind of has this thing. It's a little even less trebly than that. That almost sounds too woofy still, so maybe... And it's like he articulates in a way that stops the note right after he plays it. I know I've been over this in a few of the previous episodes I've done on Karl. So it's not quite the tone, but I think the EQ is closer. Something a little warmer, but not so bassy that you, like if I turn the bass back up, you would kind of get this. It's woo, woo. You kind of get that tail end. I want to lose that. So I'm going to take the bass out and rely on the low mids for more of that round punch. Maybe even less of that. Okay, enough on that. Don't want to go down the rabbit hole. His tone is fascinating, and just certainly the way it sits in the mix. Yeah, that line's interesting. A little bit of chromaticism there. Whatever it is.
None of the doctors could find a cure. Just a scary sad girl in a scary sad world. None of the strings could make me think about anybody else but her. I wanna go home. I want my mom to make the bad things go away. I wanna forget I could.
The relationship between some of the notes on guitar, this kind of little melody that's in there. There's this kind of ringing out thing happening. It's not super loud, but Karl is catching that, but adding even more things on top of it. What it sounds like to me. And just such a ballsy bass approach in general. You know, I'm a broken record talking about it.
About anybody else but her. I wanna go home. I want my mom to make the bad things go away. I wanna forget I could ever let any scary sad girl treat me that way. Feeling so good, but she's not so wrong. All those scary sad things, those scary sad things. Truth comes out in this at night, but she's running so right. All those scary sad things, those scary sad things.
Kind of a dark ending. Yeah, what is there to say about Karl Alvarez's playing that I haven't said ad nauseum in previous episodes? It's almost like there's a mad scientist approach under the hood that makes total sense to maybe only him. And it does, like when I'm listening to it, like the notes, it's not like the wrong notes or anything. I'm not saying that, but it's just the approach, like the genesis of thinking to do certain lines is so cool to me. It's really clever stuff that typically when I hear a song he's playing on, it starts off, if it's one of the weirder ones, right? It starts off and I'm like, okay. And by the end of the song, it really makes sense. It's like part of the hook. You just don't really know it yet. And his just musical bravery to go up and catch all sorts of little secondary parts that you might not even notice and make them primary parts. It's like he takes all those little nuances and brings them up top and shows them to you via the bass part. In addition to really hugging the roots, but even his way of hugging the roots is very commanding. The nimble bounce, bump, 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 kind of has this like punch thing. What the fuck? I don't know how he does that. Don't know. I love it. It's very recognizable. And I love bass players who are recognizable. But what a fun bass performance. It's almost like kind of a poppy song taken in this whole different, I don't even want to say jazzy. It's just an obscure way to kind of go through those four chords and make them very interesting and not sound repetitive, even though there was a lot of repetition under the hood. So it's just, again, I see the song was written by Bill Stevenson. At least it says that on Wikipedia. And I had no idea what a prolific songwriter and producer he was. I knew he produced a lot of albums because I see his name come up in the credits all the time. But after watching that documentary, I really got the big picture on these guys. And the only thing left is to kind of hear more of the music now. So much more to come. Tanner, thanks for requesting Scary Sad, something from the Scott Reynolds era. Amazing as always. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Come hang out with our community on Patreon or grab yourself some swag, shoplowen.com. Everything from shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, iPhone cases, fridge magnets, whatever you can think of and more to come. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I love you all. See you in the next one.